It's a great
He's
answer.
great. I mean, what's he called?
Thurston Moore.
Yeah. I like his solo stuff as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
About 6.5 foot.
And I've seen it Willowware where he's
tall,
playing. His hands are huge as well. I stood right underneath, and he looks like those Dr. Zeus comics. They've got long fingers.
Welcome. We are Neil,
Luke,
and Dave.
340-somethings, reminiscing on the runners and riders of 90s guitar music.
we look at the bands who soundtracked our youth on both sides of the pond and interview some of our heroes from the bands that defined a generation.
You'll hear about the good, the bad, and the ugly of 90s guitar music.
This podcast is Stupid and Contagious. Episode 84 of the Stupid and Contagious podcast. We're talking to Dermo Rob from Northside later. That's coming up. Before we get to that, what's everyone been up to? Luke, Mogwai. Tell us all about
Mogwai.
it.
Oh, it's brilliant, man. Yeah.
Look really
it
good.
was good. It was loud. Yeah.
Oh, did you have your earplugs?
I did have my earplugs. Yeah, it's still loud though.
A strong advocate for that. Don't want
But,
tinnitus.
The light show was kind of the most striking thing about it. It's incredible. They must have brought it with them, I guess.
Yeah, it looks like spent a lot of time on that. Yeah, it looks good.
Was it indoor?
Yeah.
Was it like Jean-Michel Jarre?
A little bit. Did he play the lasers?
He did not play the lasers. It was nothing like Jean-Michel Jarre. No.
But it's good, yeah. Tom looked like he had a good time.
My best mate Tom, yeah. So he was over for the week. Mogwai. We went down to the coast, stayed in a hotel for the night. It's like a traditional kind of Japanesey hotel. It's pretty good. A hot spring and all of that.
Did you share a bed?
No, we didn't share a bed. No. I mean, we weren't naked in the hot spring together. Does that count? Well, we did share a bath. Yeah, a public one. Yeah. Go back to Mogwai. Get this. So they had a sign on the toilets saying that the toilets will be closed at the end of the concert. I said, well, what do you mean? That can't be right. But that's exactly what fucking happened. So
but why?
Like after they finished playing, the toilets were open like before, but they were closed after. After everyone had been standing for 2 hours, like half an hour, like getting your place, whatever. They play for 90 minutes or whatever, maybe a bit more. So, I was dying for a piss and they closed the toilets.
I don't understand.
What's the justification
behind it? I don't get it.
It's insane.
Cruel.
Is that just so people leave quicker?
But then that's exactly the time that you need the toilets, right? You need that.
Everyone would have just pissed on the door. That's what I'd have done. On the venue door in disgust.
So we had to go out, find like an alternative toilet outside the venue. And we came back to try to buy a T-shirt and they'd sold out.
You could have pissed in each other's mouths. That was another option.
Yeah. I mean, okay, we didn't think of it at the time. Yeah. You're right. It's our own fault for not thinking outside the box. Yeah.
There's ways around it.
There are. Yeah. But how fucking stupid is that, though?
Sounds weird, yeah.
I'm seriously considering writing a strongly worded letter.
Yeah,
I might.
You can't have that, can you? That's ridiculous. You're paying. Part of the money you're paying is for the facilities, isn't it?
Sure. And they're there. They just close them off after when they finished playing. Makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, definitely write them a letter because I want to know the reasoning behind it. I don't understand the whole.
All right, I'm going to write them a very strongly worded email. All right.
Let us know.
All right.
Say you're part of the Stupid and Contagious podcast. That'll give you some clout.
Well, they just didn't want to pay the cleaners overtime, did they?
Or is that what you think it is?
Yeah, just being cheap.
They've still got to clean them, though, haven't they?
That's it.
Still got to clean them afterwards, even if it's.
They wouldn't have cleaners, just like the staff were doing that. No, I don't understand.
Dublin Castle don't worry about that sort of thing.
No. Open 24/7 for anyone that wants to use it.
But to be fair, I'd rather have the Dublin Castle's horrible
no toilet.
No toilet.
Yeah, same. Yeah, don't worry about cleaning them, just have them open. So you didn't get to get a T-shirt or do any knob popping?
No, unfortunately not. No.
Yeah, right. It did.
Good gig though.
Anyway.
Yeah, worth it. It's brilliant.
Anything else to report?
What else? I've been watching. I finished watching this documentary on Lollapalooza.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to give a shout out to. Yes, like a 3-part thing about It's called Lola. It's pretty good, man. Loads of good footage from early 90s. And
Did it have any Lush footage on it? Because
it did have a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. And they talk quite a lot about the whole youth culture thing, about how, like they claimed that, Lollapalooza was like the making of Generation X, and then how it became mainstream and how they didn't know how to handle it when it became mainstream. It's good. It's interesting. Again, listener John, who recommended it to me, and it's brilliant. Yeah, give it a go.
Yeah,
Three-parter.
Dave, what have you been up to? How's your Tex-Mex?
Well, quite nice.
What'd you have?
Fajitas.
Yeah.
Safe.
They were sizzling away on the metal skillet.
So, what else apart from your Tex-Mex, Dave? What have you been up to?
Well, I was walking the dog yesterday, and my dog's a bit annoying. He barks a lot.
His dog's out of control.
I know, but there was another dog similar, a bigger one.
Right.
And the other guys had it on lead, but the lead broke.
Fuck.
And the dog just came bounding up at us, and it bit poor little Otto.
Did you scream like a girl?
Did you grab him and pick him up and take him out?
Yeah, I did. I picked him up.
What, the bloke?
Threw him over the horse fence.
Yeah. No, he said sorry, but I just rushed off to get away from it. But then later on, we had a message from apologising.
Did you say that his dog was a dangerous dog and demand that it be put down?
Yeah.
I'll probably do that, actually, just for a laugh.
Just for spite.
Yeah,
No, but it's horrible. I mean, it doesn't sound that interesting, but horrible situation.
Oh, no, that is. Yeah,
dog attacks aren't fun. My brother got attacked by a dog in the salts once, and it just wouldn't leave him alone.
How's Otto doing?
Probably being annoying.
He's all right. It's a bit sad, but no blood was drawn.
Poor little
man.
Should have just let him fight it out to the death.
Yeah, could have placed bets.
I think it would have ended like that, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
With Otto
That's the way it should end. You should have just let nature.
Yeah.
Should have let nature take its course.
Yeah.
Survival of the fittest. That's what happens.
That's what it's about.
On that note, is that it for the Barrett news?
Yeah, that's it.
It's not bad. It's quite a good
Big
episode.
News
dog attack.
Dog attack. Yeah.
We'll have to go with that.
Neil, how about you?
I haven't done anything really much this week. I've been working on the van, obviously. That's all I ever seem to do. Doing the electrics this week. It's a bit scary, but sure it'll be fine. Be fine, won't it?
Yeah.
I mean, what could go wrong?
When do you reckon you're going to finish it?
What, the whole van?
Yeah.
I don't know. Realistically, by the end of the year, hopefully before that. I'm hoping it's going to be livable in the next couple of months. I'm hoping to, if I go to Shine On, I'm hoping to stay in it because I've got the bed sorted now. So even if nothing else is ready, it's still.
Oh man,
it should be. I should be able to sleep in it. But this week I'm doing my yearly jaunt to Wembley for that kids choir thing, which I enjoy. So that'd be fun.
Tell the listeners about it.
I just go and help out with the sound. We did this kids choir thing every year where loads of choirs from around the country come and all sing together at Wembley Arena. I'll go along to all the rehearsals and make sure it all sounds good. And then I help out with the sound. I don't actually do the sound at Wembley, but I do help out with it. I mix all the audio afterwards for the DVD and stuff. It's just nice going to Wembley. I enjoy it. Good fun. Kids singing's wholesome, isn't it? Enjoy it.
Of course it is. Tell you what else I did. You ever heard of Park Run?
Yes, we have just a big thing over here.
Right. So Tom's into it. So he's like, why not? When he's over, he wanted to do one.
Oh, fucking hell.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I knew Tom would be a park runner.
Yeah. So I went along as well. Got my barcode. Went along and did it.
Did you?
It's 5K, like wherever you are in the world, and it's all right.
I could do that in my sleep.
Well, you couldn't because you'd be asleep.
Oh yeah.
I could have gone a bit faster, I reckon. I was 80th out of 114, I think.
What was your time?
It's 30 minutes and 3 seconds. It's pretty slow. It's like 6 minutes a kilometre. It's pretty slow.
6 minutes a quarter
Yeah,
kilometre.
but with no training whatsoever.
Yeah, yeah. I suppose so. Yeah.
That's not too bad.
Could have gone faster though. Like I sped up for the last kilometre, but I should have done it like the kilometre before. Yeah.
All right. You better go back and do it again. You sounds like you've got unfinished.
I might
business.
do. It's every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. I might go. Well, maybe not every week.
This time next year, we want you to win the park run.
Number one.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna
start in Britain.
What's the next goal? So I was 8. Yeah. I was 80th this week.
All right. So
what's the next realistic?
60.
20 places just for no reason.
I
Still
don't
no
think
training, just going along.
I'm going to get 60. Yeah.
60 next. All right. That's the challenge.
Good to do stuff like that.
Yeah, it's
Maybe
good
me
fun.
and Dave should start park running over here.
Yeah, be one near you.
Dave does a bit of jogging these days.
Yeah, I do a bit of running.
It's only 5k. It wasn't it's no biggie.
What I would love though is, like in a video game, you get like a ghost that shows, like on Mario Kart,
you can run in,
you get a ghost showing your best run so far, and you can
run after them.
Yeah, I would like that.
You have to invent one.
You're the app guy, man. Get on it.
Yeah, it probably exists.
Well, the park runner's got an app, and they've all got these challenges. I got a palindrome. That's one of the challenges. Right. Palindrome, 30 minutes, 3 seconds. Palindrome challenge complete.
Yeah. How many points do you get for that?
Nothing. And then you have let's alphabet challenge. Try to go to a park run named after every letter of the alphabet. There's a country challenge. Go to one in every country in the world. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, well, there's a big thing in there that because you can map all your runs and bike rides and stuff on these apps these days. Loads of people sort of go out and do a bike ride that makes sure that your journey looks
right. They do like a cock and balls or something like that, right? Do it in the shape of that. Yeah,
I like that.
That's good. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So let's get on to this week's episode. Dermo and Rob from Northside. Did you do it?
Yes.
Dave's
nonchalant.
No.
Well, what? Sorry?
Nonchalant.
Don't pretend you're not playing along.
What was I meant to do? Do it again.
All right. Let's get on to this week's episode. Dermo and Rob from Northside. Still nothing. No. That's the joke.
Double
tricked us.
Look at him, so pleased with himself.
He loved it.
He got us.
Got us. Can't believe I fell for it. If you are watching this, then please do subscribe to our channel. We passed the 1,000 mark now, haven't we?
Hooray! Yeah, incredible.
On YouTube. So if you get involved in the comments,
thanks everyone.
Give us a thumbs up. Yeah, get involved in the comments. Let us know your favourite Northside tracks, album, gigs, etc. If you are watching, then please do rate and review and share it with your friends so that they can find the podcast. Because obviously, if they haven't found it, they're missing out. So you can sponsor the podcast. I've got to keep this going now. That's the thing. I can't just stop because
no, it's going to happen one day. One day.
Yeah, at some point. Someone must have a birthday coming up. They want to give a shout out to someone. Come on.
Yeah, come on.
Jesus. I mean, if you're a band, it's a good opportunity, Get Luke will give you a little review, put you on the playlist. Come on. Sponsor the podcast if you're a record label. T-shirts, if you're a T-shirt, a band merch person, all that sort of stuff. This is an email, stupidandcontagiousPodcast@gmail.com. App.
Stupid and Contagious app.
Yeah, still need a few more Android emails that I can send to Dave, and then we can get that on there.
Just send me the ones you got, and then I'll see if I can.
Well, why didn't you say that before?
Don't know.
You titball.
What kind of an insult's that?
It's a new one. I just made up.
It's not bad.
It?
Don't mind that.
All right. Well, well, send us an email anyway if you're an Android user and haven't already, and then we'll add you to Dave's list. And if you're an iPhone user, you can already download the Stupid app. It's just an easy way you can watch the podcast and then goes seamlessly to Luke's mixtape, all in one click. If you're not listening to the mixtapes, you are missing out because Luke does a good job on those. We enjoy those weekly, so
get on it.
Get involved.
Why don't we call them Luke's tapes instead of mixtapes?
Instead of mixtapes. That's a good joke, Dave.
Oh, he's on form today, isn't he? Look, he was miserable last week, wasn't he?
He was,
he's enjoying it this week, isn't he?
Cracking joke.
Yeah, did you hear about that kind of bee that produces milk?
No. What happened?
A booby. I heard that on the radio the other day. I thought it was quite fun.
It's really good. Never heard it before. Should have done, right? You would have.
Yeah.
All right. So, Luke, you can tell us a bit about Northside.
Yes, I will. Have you got a Wikipedia description?
Funny you should ask. English alternative rock band.
Oh, okay. We talk about in the interview, but they were put under Baggy, I guess, indie dance, Baggy, the whole kind of Manchester thing they were part of, right? Formed in 1989 in North Manchester, Blackley and Moston. Therefore, Northside is the band name.
See what they've done there.
Dermo, one of today's guests, started it. Real name Warren Dermody. So Dermo as a nickname.
That makes sense.
Get many people called Warren of our kind of generation, do you?
No. Warren.
None.
Warren Beatty, but he's a bit older.
Bit older.
Yeah.
Well, I've never known a Warren.
No. Well, I knew a Warren I worked with, but he was younger than us.
Yeah. Interesting. All right. Any other Warrens out there? Get involved in the comments.
Okay.
You have to be our age though, right?
Yeah.
Between 40 and 50.
Oh no, let's say 45 to 55.
All right, 45 to 55, and your name's Warren. Let us know.
Yeah,
that's our age bracket now.
Yeah, it is. A guy called Cliff Ogier, Paul Walsh, and another guy called Michael Upton, but he was only in it for a short time. They signed to the legendary Factory Records pretty quickly. If you've seen 24 Hour Party People, right?
I don't think
that's good.
I haven't watched it all the way through. Yeah, it's good.
How did they manage to go bankrupt in 1992 at the height of all those bands' success?
Yeah. I think they tried to do too many things, and they had lots of legal troubles. Yeah, they had records have a catalog number.
Yeah.
Whatever the record.
Like an ISBN number for books.
Yeah. Not really, but more like a catalog number just for the record label.
Okay.
So they were always like FAC. If it was a single or a 12-inch, it was FAC, FAC1 or whatever. If it was an album, it was FACT, FAC. But they used to put them on everything that was vaguely associated with the label. Right. So, for example, there was like a hairdressers, which I think they had some money invested in. That got a catalog number. There was like a lawsuit. They got sued for something. That got a catalog number. It was like FAC 451 or something. Just put it on everything. I kind of like that. Yeah.
What was the name of the guy that Steve Coogan portrayed in that film?
Tony Wilson.
Tony Wilson.
Big man about Manchester around at the time, right?
He's a Manchester legend.
Yeah. The new guy joined, Timmy Walsh. I guess he's related to Paul Walsh, Took over on guitar. And their debut single, Shall We Take a Trip, came out in 1990. Got to number 50 in the charts, despite the fact that it was banned by the BBC.
Ooh.
Rock and roll. Yeah. So basically for lots of references to LSD. As I'm sure most people listening will know the track. So it was everywhere, wasn't it? It's a great tune.
Yeah. But I guess that's the genius of Ebenezer Good, right? They managed to slip it in because you couldn't prove otherwise. We've had this conversation before, haven't we?
Yeah. The BBC have banned so many songs that people don't realise, right? I should have looked them up, but I can't think of any off the top of my head. But like Atomic, I think Blondie. You like a bit of Blondie, don't you, Dave? I think Atomic was banned.
Why?
For being, I don't know, something about war and shit like that.
Fuck, you can't ban that.
That's the only famous one I can think of that would be like surprising one. But there's hundreds that you would be completely surprised that it was banned.
But the ban it does get lifted after a while, right?
Yeah. So I think Mark and Lard played "Shall We Take a Trip" like in the mid 2000s, something like that on the BBC. So they were able to by then. Second single came out, "My Rising Star," number 32, still in 1990. Not on the album. So although it did appear on the CD, and then in 91, their only album, "Chicken Rhythms." What do you think about that album title, "Chicken Rhythms"?
I've got a note on that. I'm trying to carve myself out as being some guru on naming.
Yeah.
You're doing
That's
it
the
well.
only thing you can get really claim now, isn't it? So.
Yeah. But I considering how good that album is, I think the name is just
doesn't befit the album.
It's a shame they called it that. Why did they call it that? Do you know?
No, I should have asked, shouldn't I? But then they might have realised that I was kind of, questioning it. Yeah.
Yeah. But it is a good album, though, isn't it?
It is good, isn't it? I hadn't listened to it. I knew the singles. I hadn't heard the album until getting ready for the interview. It's good, isn't it?
It's brilliant. Yeah, they're great band.
Produced by your man, Dave, Ian Brody. And again, we talk about it a little bit in the interview. So they had a third single, Take 5, came out in 91 as well. Got to number 40 in the charts and got them onto Top of the Pops. And again, we talk about it in the interview, so I won't go into too much detail. But it definitely does sound a bit like Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
But it does, right? It's not just me.
No, of course. Yeah,
I think it sounds more like...
I think
more than a feeling.
How about Two Princes?
Two Princes. Well, it's got that same...
as well.
It's got the same rhythm, the 4 chord
and the Offspring
rhythm.
I put the Offspring in with that as well to Self-Esteem. That's got the same.
Oh right. Oh really? We talk about it in the interview, but they made some demos for a second album, but Factory went bankrupt in 92. The album was never released and the band split up. Again, we talk about it in the interview, but they didn't really play the media game. They kind of got really annoyed at kind of the southern kind of London-centric music press trying to kind of paint them into a corner and not talk about the music, which is what they were into. And so I think they could have been a bit bigger if they'd have played the music press game a bit. I think I read interviews like what they talking about. They were just basically didn't say much in interviews, just kind of sat there looking grumpy because they were just annoyed with the music, the interview or whatever for asking stupid fucking questions. So
well, it's a good job they didn't do that with you, wasn't it?
No, they were great. Well, people will see they had good banter, right? It's good.
Yeah.
Played with In Spiral Carpets, Happy Mondays. Their career was pretty short. After that, Dermo had some other bands, one called Silent Partners, one called V13, which is named after, he talks about them in the interview, he named after a big Audio Dynamite track, V13.
I like a bit of big Audio Dynamite.
Yeah, it's good, man. It's good. And he said that he doesn't like bands with the in the title. So he wanted to avoid a the band name.
Right.
Dave, what's your take on bands with the in the title?
I don't mind, but I guess it does mean in a list, it gets sort of hidden in a list with all the other bands starting with the.
Mm-hmm.
People discount the though, don't they? In a list.
They do. Not the band the.
Not necessarily.
But where do the verse fit into it as well?
Yeah, it would just be under the. They did well. They kind of came back together in 2006 to play a few shows, although Dermo was the only original member for that particular version of the band, and they had a full reunion with all the original members in 2013. Toured around 2014, but that was it. Sadly, in 2019, Tim Walsh passed away. And so they're back now. And when you listen to this, the day this comes out, 21st Friday, they're starting their tour.
That's a good bit of, what's it called? I remember
Timing?
I can't do words. Yes.
Well, not really, because it'll be too late to buy tickets.
Well, there may be some available. They put an extra date on in the Glasgow. For Glasgow, I saw they added an extra date, so there may be some
still
there.
have tout.
Yeah,
Touts
must do, right?
You still get touts. I don't know if you do anymore.
Of course you do. Have you ever met a tout that's not a Scouser? That's not being racist. I'm just saying they're all from.
You let your woke veil down there, didn't you?
No, I'm not saying it in a bad way. I think they do a good service. I'm just saying.
I've been to a few gigs. Admittedly, they're only sort of 90s bands and stuff, but I don't see why that would make a difference. But I haven't seen any touts. I haven't seen a tout in years.
Been eliminated. Yeah.
Ticketmaster and basically touts,
they probably killed them, didn't they?
Probably did.
They probably sent saboteurs out and just snipers and took
bastards.
them out. Yeah.
Well, they're just online touts, aren't they?
Yeah. So they're back after, basically more than 10 years. And with the other guy in the interview, Rob Glennie, is replacing Tim Walsh on guitar. And he didn't mention it in the interview, but he is in a band called Heavy Salad, which he does mention. But he's also a music teacher for people with acquired brain injury.
Oh,
so he kind of does that kind of thing.
Commendable career.
Yeah, specialized training and how to do that, which is pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it is.
And he said he was too humble to even mention it when I asked him to introduce himself. So there you go. What a guy.
Yeah, he seemed like a nice chap.
Yeah, and that's it. Tour starts today. So if you're going, enjoy. If not, see if
today.
There's any ticket. Today, it will be today. I'm
right.
Talking in the don't ruin the.
Sorry. Yeah. Today. Yeah. So go today.
Yeah, and they're at Shine On if you've got tickets for that, and they're also at the gigantic All Dayer as well. So plenty of chances to catch them.
So Shine On moved to a Move City.
They have moved venues for their 20th anniversary. They're at Skegness.
Yeah, it's quite a difference from Minehead, isn't it?
Well, they're both Butlins, aren't they? That's the tie. But they are still playing the Minehead one in November as usual. But this is just like a special 20-year.
When's the Skegness one then?
March.
Soon.
2 weeks.
Are you going?
Possibly. Yeah. Are you?
Are you going?
No.
Oh.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Well, is it next week?
2 weeks.
Are we pretending we're on a different day to what we are?
It's in a week.
I'm getting confused.
I'm busy in a week. It's my mum's birthday dinner.
Oh, fuck that. Sack that off. Fucking
yeah.
You know what I mean? What's
more important?
It'd be boring as shit.
It will.
It's not a love dinner.
You do like dinner, but yeah, that's fair.
Well, yeah, I'm hoping to go. I'm hoping to get a press pass like last time so I can get some good footage. So if anyone is, I'll say this now, if anyone is going to Shine On, I'm going to try and set up a little meeting if anyone wants to meet up.
Oh, brilliant.
Who listens to the podcast. I'd probably just end up just being me sitting around waiting for no one to turn up. But I'll try. Look like a right loser.
Brilliant. Get some footage.
It'd be hilarious.
Of me.
Get some footage of you sitting by yourself in the corner with your cock in your hand.
Well, even if I'm not there, just meet up amongst yourselves. I'll try and set that up. Yeah. All right. So let's have a listen to the interview then. This is Dermo and Rob from Northside. Enjoy.
All right. Thanks for coming on, both of you. How are things?
Great, mate. Thank you. Good to be here.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Good. Where are you both? Where are you zooming in from?
Manchester.
Okay. Yeah. So we're recording this.
Where else would we be?
I guess so, right? I guess so. Got to be really, isn't it? Yeah. So we're recording this on March the 10th. You've got a tour kicking off on the 22nd, first one in a very long time, I think. Is that right?
We've got a warm-up show on the 13th, this coming Thursday in Skipton. That's the warm-up. And the tour kicks off on the 20th, is it? 21st, 23rd. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. My mistake. Okay. So how are the preparations, rehearsals going?
Fine, mate. Yeah, really good.
We're feeling ready, aren't we? We did pre-production, full pre-production for the tour on Saturday. Everyone there, sound man, the White Hotel in near Strangeways, Salford, Manchester border. And we were there for 7 hours, just getting all the last minute prep, and we're all really happy. We've been grafting, rehearsing a lot, and we're ready to go. Yeah, everyone's buzzing.
Brilliant. I'm not sure when this is going to come out, but are there still tickets available if people want to come along?
There's a few left on certain. I think most of them are sold out, to be honest, Luke.
Nottingham's sold out, London's sold out.
I think we're doing 2 nights in Glasgow. There might be a few left for that one. Second night. What's the other one?
Leeds is a couple
Leeds
left.
Is about 5 left or something. I think the only ones left really are the second night in Glasgow, and they'll probably go by the time we get there.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, it's great. Have you got the set list worked out and everything like that? It's all yeah. So what can people expect this time around?
Well, Chicken Rhythms, the birthday album that we did, a couple of songs that we've not done. You know, we're working on new stuff, and so we're going to throw a couple of new ones in, and the album and the couple of songs that wasn't on the album, like Rising Star and Moody Places. You know, we'll probably do. You know, it's just us being. It's a full version, isn't it? Of there's some there's the cushion there, you know, that's been worked out, triggered by the drummer, and the songs are fully formed, got loops for the guitar, everything's in there. It's been meticulously worked out, and we're ready to go. So you get the full works, the Chicken Rhythms, some new stuff, and some stuff that's not on the album. So I think the fans are gonna love it. From a fan's point of view, it's everything they want, I suppose. Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, the crowd pleaser. Okay, great. Rob, you're the new boy in the band. Would you mind introducing yourself to our listeners or Northside fans that might not know who you are yet?
Yeah, I'm Rob Glennie, and the new guitar player in Northside. I've been in the band since September. Been invited in.
Super new.
Yeah, and what do you want to know?
I mean, what else? I mean, are you in other bands?
So
are you in any other bands?
I was a band called Heavy Salad, which this is our one of the reasons I came about, because Andy Wood, one of our management team, I knew Andy through that, and he invited me to try out and come meet the guys with Northside, and so that's the only other thing I do. Yeah, and
so did you audition?
Not so much an audition. It was more we met him, had a chat.
Yeah,
it seemed to get on. It seemed, you know what it's like. He seemed like the right person by chatting to him. You know, his approach and the way he was. So I thought he seems so. I said to him, learn your part for the guitar. You know, to see what had happened. So within 24 hours, he sent me back clips of him playing the songs.
Oh wow.
Spot on, you know what I mean? I mean, detail as in note for note, and so I thought, well, he deserves a chance. This lad, he cares, and he's done the part. So we got him in the practice room. Then we never looked back since, to be honest with you. He's the man for the job.
Yeah, it's been great.
All credit to him, to be honest, for learning the songs the way he has, and he's done it.
It's a brilliant, the songs are brilliant. The people in the band are brilliant. And I'm not just saying this, like, genuinely.
Got a knife in his back here.
Yeah, got a knife in his back. Camera with a gun. Yeah, so it's like, the hostage videos.
Right? Hostage videos, I was about to say that. Yeah.
No offense to anyone who's been in that situation, but
no offense to hostages.
No, it's been good. It's just felt really natural, from day one. And we had a chat.
That's the best way.
Things that, we get on and it's all good. Yeah. And I'm from Mosley, so it's still technically Northside, you know what I mean? So it's hanging on.
Oh, where's the cut-off point? Where's the cut-off point?
He's older, isn't he? He's a farmer.
I'm on the
farmer.
I've got a little circle around it like that. Extend
it. That's good. I mean, were you a fan of the band before you got the call up? Did you know them? Their music,
like everyone in Manchester and knows that. So I knew Northside, and I knew singles like Take 5. I'd be lying if I said I was like, I kind of, a super fan. Not because I hadn't listened to old Chicken Rooms. I'd heard singles and stuff like that. But then genuinely, when I started listening to it and learning it, I loved it. I was like, this, I love playing this, and I really want to do it. And it's a massive thing. But like when Dermo was chatting to me about the things that he wanted for guitar playing, we had a chat. He was saying he didn't. There'll be a lot of Northside fans out there that play guitar that would love to do this, that are fanatical. Do you know what I mean? But you were saying that it's not kind of really what.
Yeah.
You know, I was coming at it from a different angle, and but yeah, it's brilliant. I feel like I've been part of the band I just feel part of the band. You know,
he was in it before me.
Yeah.
But that's brilliant, man. Oh, there you go. But I think that's interesting. Yeah, that's the better approach to it, right? If you've got like a super fan that's just going to be completely reverential to it, that's not helpful to anyone, right? It's good for someone to put their own stamp on it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. It's just yeah, exactly what you just said. Then that's too much the wrong way, if you know what I mean. If that makes sense, do you know what I mean? Whereas he's a great guitarist, a good lad as well, and it wasn't one of these idiots who were fucking,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No.
I do that exactly. Yeah, that's definitely the way to approach it. Yeah. Well, you claimed he was in it before you, so can you take us back then to late 80s Manchester? Can you paint us a scene of what was going on? Yeah.
He's a vampire, you see.
Yeah.
Shapeshifter. What was the question, Luke? Sorry.
I mean, take us back. What was going on? Late 80s? Were you going to the hacienda? Were you into all of that?
Yeah. This is fucking hell. We need some memory now. I haven't. Yeah, we used to go to the hacienda. What year was it? About 88, around then. 88, 89.
Oh man, acid house kicking off. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was. I suppose for like 2 years, Manchester was the centre of the world.
Yeah,
so to speak.
completely.
You know what I mean? It really was.
Music-wise, 100%. Yeah.
Exactly. And you had people coming from all over the place to come here, but for about 2 or 3 years, I'd say.
Yeah,
it was the place to be, and we just lived there anyway. So we was lucky enough to be part of that and be from there. So, in a way, it was just we didn't appreciate it in the way that some people from might have done in a different. You know what I mean? It was just there. The way we was anyway. It was natural to us, kind of thing, and we was really lucky, I suppose. But that's how it was. Everyone was partying. It was just that's the way it was.
Yeah. So how did you go about putting the band together? Did you know what you wanted to sound like? Oh yeah, put it up.
Say that again, Luke.
How did you know what you wanted the band to sound like when you started putting the band together?
No, we never thought. No, to be honest with you, there was never a discussion about that, and there never has been since. To be honest with you, it's just 4 people. We just make music what comes out from what we do. We are. There's no sort of like, right, we want to sound like this, or that. It's never been like that for us. I'm not saying that's good or bad. I don't know. But it's never been our approach. We've got the drummer who's into whatever, our bass player who likes this, he likes that, I like this. Comes together and it works the way it works. And that genuinely is the truth.
What were you into then at that time?
Me,
who were you listening to? Yeah.
In 88?
Yeah.
New Order, the Chameleons, Talking Heads, Stiff Little Fingers, Big Audio Dynamite was my favourite bands. Before that, I was into the second wave of punk a lot. And then Acid House came along and blew it all away. That was like, to me, it was like a brand new scene, but I loved the energy and the power of it and the difference. It was brand new. You had all these sounds, none of this keyboard, this, like the plinky plonky and women singing and men singing.
Sure.
I wasn't into that. I was into the drug music that was like really, it was horrible music, like Future Sound of London,
Yeah.
It was just about the sounds that went with the ecstasy. Let's be honest, without the ecstasy, there would have been no scene, I don't think. Not in the way it was anyway. It was all about the but that music was perfect with that. And one of them, and you're there, aren't you? That's
sure, man. Yeah.
Tribal beats, drums, big beats, horrible sounds, and it just fit. It made that music. It was just perfect hand in hand.
Yeah.
Well, at the same time, I love melody, as a singer, as a lyricist, and I like melody in my own music. But I also it's like anybody who likes music. I think you take all parts from different whatevers. You know what I mean? If you genuinely like music, I don't think you can like one style alone, because I don't get that.
Yeah, completely agree, man.
I can like Eat the Mouse, but I can also like Discharge, and they're from different worlds. Like, you know
completely,
what I mean?
Yeah.
But I find something in all of them. So it doesn't generally come out. It doesn't necessarily have to come out in the music neither.
Yeah.
But there's something about it. It's just like that guitar sound, or that lyric that he said, or that bass, or whatever it is. It'll come out somehow in what you do along the way.
Yeah. Rob, how about you? What were you listening to in '88?
Watching kids' TV, I think, like the Sweeneys. No, like, but when I started getting into my music, I mean, my dad was God bless him, but then he was massive into his music. He's into like his Led Zeppelin and his Neil Young and 70s music, and then he was into punk music when that came out and stuff like that. So I got all that. But then my first wave of music, really, when I was like a kid still, was like the sort of, it was a crossover really. It was like the grunge thing happening, but then the Manchester things happening, like
completely,
things like that, and but then like the Nirvana stuff, and then my taste just developed from there. It's like anything. I used to work in a record shop years ago, so we used to go through the A to B and listen to everything, try everything, and stuff. But I'm a big fan of melodic guitar, and that's what I really love about Northside. That's why I really feel like connected to it. I just, the guitars are so melodic, and the vocals and the melody and the bass, actually the bass. So I love melody. I love it. I love punk stuff, but I'm a big fan of melody, and it's all there in Northside. So it's beautiful for me to play that.
For example, you got any guitar heroes?
Yeah, Johnny Marr's big guitar hero of mine. Sure. Stephen Maltmus is a guitar hero. Neil Young, some out of Joy Division and New Order stuff. His guitar playing is like so simple, but so kind of sort of aggressive in a weird way. You know what I mean? It's like So they're big influence.
Yeah, that's a great list right there. Yeah. So you mentioned Hacienda, drugs, ecstasy, all of that. So you were labeled as like a baggy band. I mean, how much of that was to do with like the music?
What's baggy?
Right, I mean, was it the music, or was it just the fact that you were from Manchester? It's pretty fucking rubbish, isn't it? It's pretty bad, yeah. Yeah.
I think they must mean baggy clothes and all that, but we was dead against flares and all that stuff. We weren't into that shit, but that's people outside of Manchester who wore that, as far as we knew. We weren't into that. We was like a nice pair of jeans and trainers, and but
sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Did you mind being kind of put together with those other Manchester bands?
No, because we was from Manchester and was in a band room.
yeah, that's true.
So just part of it. It's hard to say, Luke. I mean, we was doing what we was doing when we was doing it, if that makes sense. And I suppose we was lucky in a way that we was around at that time. Let's not be daft about it. It was great. But we was doing it anyway. You know what I mean? We was doing our thing, and
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you feel part of a scene where you're kind of going to each other's gigs and, sharing equipment and shit like that?
No, we hated each other.
Yeah. bunch of wankers, a lot of them. Yeah.
It was, well, I don't think it was as like we'd see bands like New Order, we like them. We was, we'd go and see the Mudhoneys and stuff. I think every band was doing their own thing, to be honest with you. It's just, I mean, we was more friends outside of the band. If you was out and you seen whoever out of whatever band, you get on with them and stuff. Yeah, if that's what you're talking about, yeah. So,
what bands did you tour with?
we've done a few gigs with the Spirals. I think
great.
the second gig where we did was with the Mondays.
Oh wow!
And then it was our own tours. Then that was our own gigs. Then
yeah. Who was supporting you? Who did you bring on tour?
Just local bands who, to be honest, I think it's that. To me, it was just kids who was in bands who was doing the same thing as us, who never got the breaks that we did. There was a lot of people paying on to do tours and stuff, and I was out deadly against that. You know, it was like, I don't get that at all. So it was bands who'd be like from round our way, or a local band from the place we was playing, and we'd say, well, I'd make a point of find out who was, and have them on tour with us to give them a chance to feel what we was feeling, to be honest with you.
I love that. So you say paying on, so like record companies would try to pay you to get their band on your tour?
What they used to do, and I don't know if they still do, I think they still do now. What they do is go, well, we're doing a full tour and we're playing to a sold out audience tonight. If your band wants to come and support us, they have to pay us so they get a chance to play in front of a full crowd. And I was like, that is wrong.
That doesn't sound right to me. Yeah.
It happens. They bill it as covering tour costs, but it's really sick.
No, it's just making money out of bands who've got no money anyway. You know what I mean? Which is wrong. It's all wrong. So I was dead against that and say, no. We know, even if it's not a band we know, who would give a chance to, find out what's the equivalent in their town, their city, and give them a chance. You know what I mean? Never mind charging them. Let them play in front of a crowd.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I love that. It's great. Going back to the baggy thing, like, as you say, ridiculous label put on you by Outside. I read something you were talking about, like especially like the London music press tried to kind of paint you as these kind of working class scallies and play up that kind of side of it rather than, you know, listen to the actual music and writing about that. Did that kind of piss you off, that kind of approach?
Yeah, because, you know, that's like saying you're guilty before you fucking, I don't know. Yeah, it did. You know, it was just lazy on their behalf. It was just like, you know, at least, you know, that's like saying, well, you're this before you even know who that person is. You know, I just don't get that approach from people. I don't understand it. So I do understand it. I don't like it, is what I mean. And so then, but we didn't like them.
Yeah.
Like when we done Top of the Pops, Luke, the 80 does. You know what I
mean? Who hated you? Top of the Pops?
Everyone who's not part of our little squad. He was like, who are these northern scum talking? You know what I mean?
Oh man, I was watching that earlier, that Top of the Pops performance. How was doing Top of the Pops for you?
You know what though, Luke? They told us we had to mime, right? So we thought, right, we're going to mime and we're going to piss you off like you pissed us off. We're going to be really bad at it on purpose. We're going to play your game like you think you're playing our game. So they locked us in a room about this big, right? So we sneaked a bottle of vodka in. We weren't as daft as they thought we was. We just played up to it, right? So we swigged the vodka. We went on stage and I'm holding the mic like that. And I'm thinking, and they couldn't get their heads around the fact that we was doing this. And was thinking, yeah, but you told us to mime. I'm not going to crack on. I'm singing, am I? If I'm miming. So it was like, I don't know, maybe it's the punk rocking, you know.
Sure. But that's interesting. You mean it's just like the producers and the people that were just being like arseholes? Is that what it was?
Exactly. You remember Marillion?
Yeah, of course.
Marillion.
Yeah.
They was there.
Fish there.
I don't know if
Come on.
Them. I think he might have been swimming somewhere. But anyway, this is right. I've seen them backstage, right? And we were using cardboard hi-hats, right? On the, you mind me, don't forget. The guitarist is tuning his guitar in. And I'm thinking, what's he doing? You're not even playing live. You know what I mean? And he couldn't understand it. We was like, well, you think we're stupid? You're supposed to, you know what I mean? What are you doing? You're tuning your guitar. You're not even playing live, man. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, so if you weren't kind of playing the game with the music press, do you think that damaged your career? Do you think you would have kind of done better if you'd have kind of played along with their bullshit?
Probably, yeah. Yeah, they don't like it, do they? They don't like the fact that you don't want to do what they want you to do. I don't think anybody likes that, do they? You know, anybody who's not really in it for the right reason, that's how they are.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't think it was, because they should have genuinely listened to what we had to say and appreciate us for what we was doing, whereas they made up their own mind as far as that, from what we could see before they even knew us. They didn't even go to the gigs. They was writing reviews about us, and we knew they wasn't at the gig.
Yeah. All right. Shall we take a trip? Was absolutely everywhere when it came out. Loved it at the time as well. It got banned, of course. I mean, what's your take on all of that? It was funny. Yeah.
Well,
were you surprised?
Yeah. Who doesn't? That's like saying you can't swear right on the television. Who doesn't swear? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I just find it double standards all the time. I don't get it. It's like, I just thought, right, they're trying to make a scene that's supposed to be all about acid and ecstasy and drugs and all this, right? But if you talk about it, you're not supposed to say it. But we want to make, you know what I mean? So it's like, well, what do you want? We were just singing it was just everybody I knew was taking acid. It was just the way it was, the world we lived. And all I was doing was referencing things about tripping from when we were younger.
Yeah.
But it was also my little play. I'm not saying anything like I've said this before about what's his name, John Lennon. You know what I mean? Because he'd done Lucy in the Sky with Diamond LSD. I'd done Answers Come in Dreams, Acid, ACID. So it's just a bit play on words. Nice. I was just being, if they want to play that, I'll play their game. You know what I mean? It was always about that to me. It was just fun. It was just, but at the same time, I'd take the lyrics serious, but they're more stupid than they think they're not. You know what I mean? I can't explain it.
Sure. I know.
We can't play it on this tour. We've had a letter from all the venues, and so it's supporting Northside.
We've done the Brits Award in '91 at Wembley Arena, right? The BBC said you can't play LSD, the song, because you can't play it because it says LSD. So we started with it straight away, didn't we? Of course.
Of course.
We went to pieces. He went to pieces.
That's brilliant.
They're saying you can't play it. So I looked at the rest of the band and went, we're starting with that.
Yeah.
Bang. 15,000 people just rushed to the front of the stage.
Oh, mate. Brilliant. Yeah. See, the people get it. And the people who are supposed to be setting these scenes, who think they know, who think they're wise and all this, they're the ones who try and prevent you from doing what they're talking about. Yeah.
What do they want?
Yeah. It's a great youth movement as well, man, that whole scene, right?
Of course it was.
Brilliant.
It was excellent. It was fresh, it was brand new, and it was youth, and it was completely different to anything before. And that's what, it was punk without guitars for me. It was like Rapid in a way, the way it was like they used sound. It was brand new, and it was brilliant. It was the best. It was the last original scene that I know of was them. Unless surely there's other stuff now. There must be, but like Acid House was, that was it. It was everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it was a working class movement as well, right? I think,
of course it was.
Like that's where Britpop was kind of different. I think it wasn't really like that, but I think that scene completely was. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it was. It really was, Luke.
Yeah.
We used to love it. We used to go out twice a week, every week. To the Thunderdome and stuff like that. Conspiracy, the Hacienda. We used to love it. It was. I suppose in a way it was just some kind of release as well. Because you had nothing else really. But everybody was into it. It was loved it, man. It was great.
Yeah. So Rob, were you a grunger? Were you a grunge boy? Were you too young?
So that was when I was like getting into music, enough to sort of like.
Me too, man.
I was grunge, skating Nirvana and stuff like that. But then I started quickly going into stuff like it's like when you're that age and like Kurt Cobain will talk about that he was influenced by the Melvins, and you try and pick up on that, and then
100%. I did exactly the same thing.
So that was where my real peak in music started. The grunge sort of thing.
Yeah,
that's what killed Acid House.
Well, it did, right? It kind of did, right?
Yeah. Check shirts and all that.
We apologise. There we go. There it is, man. How was it working with Ian Brody for the album?
Brody was brilliant. Yeah. Proper taskmaster.
Mm.
He seems like a mellow fellow, and he is. He's beautiful. He's a lovely bloke, but he also knows what he wants, and and he's very good at it.
Yeah.
And he was. We was quite. What's the word? Ramshackle, I suppose, is the word. I don't know what the word. Right, we was different live than it was. He brought. What do you call it? Like he made it become. What's the word?
Structure to it.
Yeah, he made it sort of like he knew how to get the best out of it and make it sound, for a record. He made it sound like a record. It was great. Yeah.
You can tell though, like coming into the band and learning Timmy's guitar parts, the razor sharp. Like a lot of the
productions.
It's so like, but you say you're playing a D chord and it's like it's rhythmical the way you hit you can tell it's like it's vacuum packed. Getting into.
I used to sit there for hours with him. Just
you can tell it's been done like that.
We didn't even know what a mixing desk was properly at the time, and he done this trick on us. He shown us right. It turned the light out and all the faders moved on their own. I was like, what? How's it done?
Sci-fi. Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, I'm only joking when I say all this, right? I know it. What I'm saying is, he was really into what we was into he'd sit there for hours and hours and hours, and he was bang into what he did, and he was brilliant. He really what's the way he made us from like this? I don't know. I can't put the word on. I don't know. I know.
Disappeared. Kind of kicked you into shape. Yeah. Yeah.
I suppose so. Yeah. In a way. Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you still talk to him? You're still mates with Ian?
Don't see much of him, to be honest. He's doing it, but no, not really. Which is a shame, I suppose. But he does his thing, don't he? I'd like to.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. For you, Rob, what's your favorite track to play on the guitar
there? My Rising Star's a big favorite of mine. Funky Monkey and Tour the World. Like them when I'm playing those songs, I really there's something about playing My Rising Star that's got this kind of. It feels like we drag a little bit out of the air. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like the track builds and it just feels like you can just push it, and it's got this really beautiful thing when we're all playing it. And then Tour the World is just so rhythmical, and it's got everything for me, that song. So yeah, but if you put me on to I'd say My Rising Star. I love playing that. So that's where you close your eyes and really feel it when you're playing it.
Sure, yeah, that's great. Yeah. Well, speaking of Kurt Cobain, is it me or does Take 5 have a similarity to Smells Like Teen Spirit?
They'd run it after us, and we nicked it off Boston.
Well, that was my next question. Which came first? They nicked it from you. Fuckers.
Well, they come after us, didn't it? And we see. You know what? People said that about Boston more than the feeling.
Yeah.
Right. Everyone was saying that you nicked it off there, and I'd never heard that song before. Seriously, because I wasn't into that kind of music. It's only years later that I heard it, and it has got that.
Yeah.
And the other one is Two Princes, is it called? What was they called?
Spin Doctors.
Yeah. Is it Spin Doctors? Yeah. It was all based on like that kind of dance.
Really?
You know what I mean?
Yeah. We often take the piss out of them on the podcast. Yeah. Spin Doctors. They come up a lot on the podcast, mainly to take the piss out of. But yeah.
See, I had all that practice playing Teen Spirit and then I joined Northside.
There you go.
5 was the first one. But the funny thing is that
it's like 80s by Killing Joke. You know what I mean? Who's nicked that?
Oh, that's also Nirvana, isn't it?
Come
as you are, isn't it?
Come as you are.
Right.
It really is, isn't it?
Everything's everything, isn't it? You know what I mean?
That's true.
That's true. Variations. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you did okay in America and Canada as well, right? You did okay over there.
Yeah, Take 5 was number 1 in Canada, I believe. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
How good is that? Yeah.
Yeah.
And
brilliant.
Yeah, brilliant. Never played there. Should have done, really, shouldn't we?
Oh, really?
Maybe in time, who knows? But yeah, it was number 1 and done really well, Take 5. So
I'll tell you what, Seattle, Canada, that's where Kurt Cobain's been.
Did you play in America?
We only played New York as part of the new music seminar. It was those the Mondays. Guy called Gerald, and that was a great little tour. That was the Sound Factory we played, and what a weekend that was, But yeah, I'd love to play there. But that's when we played there. Wilson's, what did he say? He had a big quote at the time. I can't remember. Something about "Wake up, America, you're dead." That was the big headline, and then that's when it all went over from Factory. It was from Manchester with Love. The tour was called.
Yeah,
and that was brilliant, great time. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. How did it feel to be part of Factory?
Factory was the greatest label, still are as far as I'm concerned. When we was growing up, they was the label. All the bands we loved was on the Jurassic Column, New Order, Joy Division.
Yeah.
The Mondays, it was and you got bands like Stockholm Monsters. They was on Factory. But what I'm saying is, it was all like that scene kind of thing. When we was growing up, I was banging to New Order, and so when they offered us a contract, we had a few majors at the same time who was interested, but it was always Factory for me. It's the coolest and the greatest,
Yeah.
So
thought they didn't do contracts. Then they just like a handshake and a nod and a wink.
You have to cut your throat when you cut your throat before you sign it. It was a 50-50 kind of thing, It was like, we don't own you, you don't own us, we can walk where you can walk. But it was everything we wanted. They was willing to let us be us, let us grow as we did, and without being on your case all the time. And it was perfect for us. And like I say, all my favourite bands, and it was super cool. They didn't even used to advertise or anything, did they? They didn't need to. It was like Factory Records, man.
And the sleeve designs and everything, man. It was fucking brilliant, wasn't it? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah. In the upcoming tour, you're playing Shine On in Skegness. You're doing the gigantic All Dayer as well in Bristol, I saw. Are there any bands that you're looking forward to hanging out with from back in the day, or you, Rob? Any new bands you want to hang around with?
Well, like at Shine On, I think Peter Hook and the Light are on the same day as us.
Right.
That'd be really nice to catch those guys, and
that's an amazing lineup.
There's obviously links there between the band and a few other links. So it'd be really nice to catch those guys. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Luke, remind me who's on it at the All Day. Soup Dragons are on, aren't they?
Soup Dragons,
yeah. We played with them once at Slough.
Neds Atomic Dustbin, yeah.
Don't know much about them. Who else is on? I can't remember now.
Darling Bud. I think Bez is DJing.
It's already started then, isn't it?
There we go. That's your night. Gone.
All the carpets and spirals are on that.
Oh, it's Spiral Carpets, of course it is. Yeah, Spiral Carpets. Yeah,
that'll be good. Yeah. As for Shine On, we've played there before, and it's always a great weekend. It's probably the best weekend out there. 5,000 people, all with the same attitude, wanting the same thing to the same kind of music, and it's like it's fantastic. I don't know if you've been yourself, but
I live in Tokyo. It's a bit of a commute.
Are you into that? No way. 10 out of 10, man. It's like your style.
I'm coming at you live and direct from Japan right now.
Brilliant. Well, we played there once. Well, we played Tokyo.
How was that?
In '91, we played Tokyo Club Quattro, was it called?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, still there. Yeah.
Club Quattro. We played Tokyo, 2 nights there, Nagoya, and Osaka.
Nice.
It was like a little Japanese tour there. It was brilliant. I absolutely loved Japan. Wicked, man. Oh, what a country. Well. Do you live there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Super cool, man.
Yeah. All right. It's been mentioned a few times over the years, but it's the mysterious missing album any closer to seeing the light of day?
Well, we're working on new. We're going to throw a couple of new songs in the set. We're going to use. It's weird, isn't it? In fact, there was only demos. You see what we did of the second album. I mean, they're good, And we're going to take the best parts of them, I suppose, and use them at some point. But we also want to start writing new songs as well. We've not had a chance to really properly because Rob's only come in when he has, and he's had to learn the set and what we're doing now.
Yeah.
So we've not really had a chance to go forward in that way. So we're going to do this tour. Like I said, there's a couple of new ones in the set now. We'll put something out new. That's the plan after the tour. And then I can't wait to start work on completely new songs. We've got them on guitar.
We've just immersed ourselves so much. So even when you ask the question about the festivals, it's like we're going to throw ourselves into that. But we've just focused so heavily on making it sound. We really worked our asses off to make this set big and sound great. And we're all feeling creative, so we've been working on new stuff. And there's a couple in the set, and there's a few things bubbling under. But once this tour is over, like Dermo says, it's going to be full steam ahead on.
To be honest with you, we're just concentrating on this tour, on this set that we're doing, because you can't. You can sort of like, what's the point in doing the set and like working on the songs? You can't give it the attention and detail it needs, really. So just do the set, master that set, do that set, buzz off that, and hopefully everybody else does, and then move on to the next thing, then, which is record a couple of new songs and then start working on more new songs, which is the plan.
And there's a little taster in the set of what's coming.
Like I say, a couple of songs that we'll throw in there. Yeah. So
hopefully are they Northside style? Are they anything?
Yeah. One of them's like off what would have been on the second album, but we've reworked it and let Rob play his part. And one's a completely new song, which came from partly an idea that I had, but I brought it to the band, and we've just it's done it new, different, and then like I keep saying, I've just said then, I can't wait till we've not had a chance yet. So the four of us go in a room and actually do. We're not even jammed yet, as a new band. We've not had a chance to do that yet. I mean, we could do, but then it takes away from what we're doing now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like that's there. We know that's there, and that's something to look forward to after this. But we're concentrating on one thing at a time, really. Yeah. So that's what the plan is. You know what I mean?
But the plan is to get something out there so reasonably.
Well, to get this tour, just like I say, we've had to, because we've worked so hard on getting because I don't play guitar myself, but I know that album off by heart, and I know every note what Tim played on guitar, so I can hear it. So I've sat with him for a long time, haven't we? We've worked on the songs and stuff to get the detail right in the guitar, because it's a big part of the sound.
We've got loops, so we've got stuff where, so we're trying to do the album where it sounds like the album delivered live. So a lot of times, Timmy's done layers and different guitar parts.
So we've worked a lot on getting this sound right, especially on the guitar part, because them two know their part, I know mine. And so we've done all that. So we're ready for that now. So everything we're doing now, Luke, is for this tour.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Brilliant.
So we feel great, and it sounds the best it can. And hopefully everyone feels the same way after they've seen the gig. And then, like I just said, then we'll record two songs that we're going to play on the tour. And then it's time for us to go in as a four-piece and start playing something new. And, and that's, can't look forward to that.
And also to your question, there's a little bit of a handshake between, I think, which is really nice between me and Timmy, whereas there is songs, and we're gonna, like one of the songs we've worked, it's got to, and then it needed a few other bits, and we've worked them on them. So you're gonna hear some of that, and once we get down to that after the tour's finished, but we want to smash this tour first.
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. All right. Well, I've kept you a long time. Just one more question, if that's okay. And we ask every band that comes on the same question. And it is, which band from around, it's supposed to be a 90s podcast. So which band from the 90s would you like to have been in, and why? Except for Northside, of course.
From the 90s? New Order for me.
Yeah.
Why?
Been in, why?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel I understand. So I feel in a similar. To say about Bernard that he's not a great guitarist and he's not a great singer, but I think he's a brilliant songwriter, and has his own style no matter what. And I feel like that in my band. And our music, what we do, I know I'm not the greatest singer, but I can write a song and I write lyrics that I care about, and I really love music. And I think he's the same with them, you know what I mean? So I feel sort of like, I'm not saying the same as him because he's,
sure.
I'm that kind of, do you know what I mean? I don't know. That's new order.
That's a great answer. Yeah, no, that's a great answer. Yeah. Rob?
I've been in Sonic Youth because it requires having 10 guitars in different tunings, so all their few more guitars, like.
Yeah, and no one will notice if you fuck up or whatever. Yeah.
If you're talking 90s, that's what I'm going to say. But I could name
Sonic Youth
30 different bands, you know, like.
It's a great answer.
He's great. I mean, what's it called?
First and More.
Yeah. I like his solo stuff as well.
Yeah, me too.
About 6.5 foot.
And I'd say that Thriller his hands are huge as well. I stood right underneath, and he looks like you know those Doctor Zeus comics. You know, they've got long fingers.
First time I've seen him on that. What's it called? From the Basement. Have you seen it on Sky Arts?
No.
Sky Arts. No. It's called From the Basement, and they just go in. And there's no airs and graces. They just plug in and play. And his band like the Fall, he was on there. He was, you know. And then I've seen Sonic Youth on there, and what a band, man! Yeah. It's like, and that drummer is so good. You know what I mean? Brilliant. Yeah. But
yeah. Oh, great answers. All right. Yeah. All right. For people listening or watching, where's the best place for them to keep up with what the band's doing and stuff like that? You on social media?
Yeah, it's all on. Do you know the
Instagram, Facebook? Just look up Northside Band on Instagram, Facebook. Blue Sky,
Twitter, whatever.
X or whatever else.
On them all, Luke.
Yeah. Oh, do you like that part of it?
Has to be done, doesn't it?
That's these days.
It's the new PA. It's the new PR, isn't it? It's like there to do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You used to pay for that, didn't you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doing that,
true.
A&R, whatever. Well, but like you can do it. Well, it's like free, isn't it? It does the job of that in a way, so I suppose. So it has to be done, mate, doesn't it? You know, people do. People do. You know, they follow it and get into it, don't they? So
yeah,
you know what I mean.
We're going to have to see him in real life, aren't we, on Thursday?
Bring it on.
All right, I'm gonna thank you so much. I'm gonna stop the recording, but thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Mate.
All right.
You.
So there we go. Rob and Dermo from Northside. Lovely fellas. Enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
Bit of banter. It's always fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it was enjoyable. It's funny.
Great.
And
I like Dermo's sense of humour and
he's good.
The way he talks. It's good.
Yeah. What I did like, it's a small thing, but I really like the way he just addressed you as Luke all the time. Just thought it was really nice.
Yeah, I noticed that.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's friendly, isn't it?
It is. Makes a difference, right?
I think so. Well, it stood out for me. So
it's friendly.
Northerners are friendly, though, aren't they?
Sting isn't.
Sting isn't. No, he just walked straight on down the corridor, didn't he? At top of the pops.
Oh, Rob, he learned all those guitar parts in one day. That's good, isn't it?
That's amazing.
I wish I could play guitar like that. I think Dave, he's got more of a natural guitar talent than I ever had, even though I was in a band and stuff.
I don't think so. You just always refuse to cut your nails. So you're always hampered by that.
Always hampered myself. No, but even when I was in the Mighty Main Street, I did cut my nails. But I just didn't have a natural. I could play in time and stuff, but I don't know. I just could never. Don't know. Because Vincent.
Yeah, I think Dave. When we all got our guitars, Dave was the one that picked it up most quickly, basically.
Yeah.
First. Yeah.
I always do envy people that can just seamlessly sing. I know they all practice as well, but it must be good to be able to play any instrument well, mustn't it? It's something that I've always wanted to do.
Yeah.
It was quite interesting to hear the whole recruitment process of Rob. But of course, I want to know what happens when you join a band. How do you get paid? Are you paid like a wage, or because you've got no rights to any of the back catalogue, have you?
Okay.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. I don't know, Dave. All bands are different, aren't they? Some bands you don't get a wage. It's just a labour of love.
Well, you play for free.
But I guess he'll get the money from the tour.
I mean, I can only talk about it from my. So I can't help it, but I'm going to have to mention Main Street because.
No, you don't.
You know, well, I have to tell you how it works.
Did Main Street pay you a monthly salary?
Well, no, obviously not. But we did.
But why not?
So we had a thing called a band fund. So any money we made, we put into a pot, and then any recording and stuff, we used that for that.
Did you make money?
Rarely.
But I think like Idols, they do that. So they make sure everyone has like a monthly wage, and they got health insurance. I know one of them had like paternity leave and stuff like that. So they set it up like it's a full-time, safe, stable job. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you've got to be a band at a certain level to be able to do that. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure with the whole Northside how it works. Don't know. You know, they've got a sold out tour, so you know.
True, but if he's been like rehearsing and stuff for the last month, then you know he needs to be getting paid. Well, don't you need income coming in, don't you?
Doesn't always work like that. Does
no, I know.
Have you not been watching any of the old what's her name? She had that Foundations song. I know she is. Kate Nash.
Okay.
Have you not seen any of her interviews lately?
Is she exposing the music industry?
Well, she's basically saying she's going and touring and paying for it. She's doing sold out tours and she's still not making any money. What? It's just got to that point.
That's interesting. Because, I mean, the whole argument was that you don't make any money from albums anymore, but you do make the money from touring. But if you're not making money from touring anymore, then the whole thing's fucked, right?
Yeah, that's what she's saying. She's saying she might make some money on UK tours, but if she tours anywhere else, because of all the costs involved, she's basically paying for it. And they're sold out tours. So
I mean, what's his name? I think it's David Byrne from the Talking Heads. He's got a book, How Music Works, and he breaks it down like that. And also Steve Albini did it way back as well. He kind of broke down the exact costs of everything like that and just showed how little you know, like mid-level musicians make. Yeah,
and I think with Brexit as well, because you've got to now pay to play in Europe and stuff, it's just made it even worse. So I don't know if you make any money out of a tour anymore. I don't know. I think you're lucky if you break even sometimes, which is terrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which sort of leads on to the interview, doesn't it? When he said he refused to allow anyone to pay to support them.
Yeah, that was good, right?
Luke looks surprised about the whole Bion thing again. A couple of times we've
never heard of it. I've never heard of these terms. Yeah.
All right, it wasn't an argument.
Just because you're like in the industry doesn't mean we all are.
Really. Oh yeah, I'm really in it.
Yeah.
So did you pay to do that then? Go and support a band?
I probably would have done if we got the opportunity. And bands are desperate, aren't they? Bands are desperate to be successful.
But it's the record company that pays to get their band on, you know, whatever the coveted support slot is, right?
Yeah, but the band end up paying for it. The record label don't. It comes out of the band's advance.
Right, so. Sure. Yeah, it's good that he didn't go along with that. Got some help to some local talents. Great.
Yeah, I mean, the closest we came to that, which isn't the same thing, when we were playing, there there still is, you should never pay to play, right? But we did it a few times where basically if you don't sell enough tickets to the gig, you have to pay the venue.
Right.
For the tickets you haven't sold. So you end up paying to play at the venue, which is mental, right? We did that a few times.
It's like academic publishing.
Is it?
It's it's too boring to go into. Next.
Sounds boring.
It is. Let's move on. Drugs. I liked him talking about it.
Yeah, that's
drug music. Yeah, the sounds to match the ecstasy, man. It's great.
I was into the drug music. It was horrible. He said.
Yeah, in a good way, right?
Yeah, all the sounds and stuff.
Side.
Yeah.
But he said without the ecstasy, there would have been no sea.
That's true, though, right? That is true.
And it sounds true, but is that good or bad?
It's good.
Yeah, it's good. You got great music and good drugs. What's the problem?
Yeah, I don't see an issue in it. There should be more of that these days.
What, more drugs?
Yeah,
if that scene had continued all through there'd be hardly any problems in the world.
Not sure it's that simple.
I mean, I think
it
it'd be
is.
nice if, there's an acceptance, you can take them if you want them and whatnot, but it feels a bit of a shame if they're key and required. Do you know what I mean?
That's true.
I don't think you can go and watch because you can go and watch the Happy Mondays and stuff without it. That's not what it's saying. But with it, it's just you become this togetherness and this tribe,
tribal as one. Yeah,
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
What's the downside to it?
The next day is the downside.
Yeah, that is the downside. Actually, the next day.
Yeah,
that's not fun.
What was it you were saying? Someone said to you after taking
when I was living in Portugal, I met someone who'd done a pill the night before, and they're like, "I have no happiness left inside my body." Was the way he explained the way he was feeling the day after.
Yeah.
So you do pay for it, right?
Yeah. It's like having your soul sucked up by dementors, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's how it feels when they're on you, isn't it? Yeah. That's great.
Is that a Harry Potter reference, Luke?
Yeah, it's a Harry Potter reference. Yeah.
I didn't think I'd ever hear that from you.
Well, there you go. I've got the glasses.
Ever
since I got these glasses, don't even know the story. As soon as I put the glasses on, they just went into my brain like all the Harry Potter lore.
Yeah, must have been mad to be in Manchester and a teen at that time. Amazing.
Yeah.
Apart from the day after.
Yeah.
And it would have been terrible.
Yeah.
Amazing and terrible. New Order and the Chameleons come up again. They always get
Chameleons again.
Yeah. We'll have to get them on.
Are they good? I haven't heard them.
Yeah, I like them.
Should I listen
to a whole album? I listened to a whole album of theirs after that interview. Actually, it was good. Yeah, it's good stuff.
I like them.
Yeah,
I like what he said about which is probably true. Like for 2 years, Manchester was like the centre of the world.
The world. Yeah. Yeah. No, it was. It was.
I mean, we missed that, didn't we? Because what would it have been? Like 88 to 90.
Basically, yeah. And well, he says it later on in the interview, but he said, yeah, Kurt Cobain killed Acid House.
Oh, is that true? Well, Grunge. Did Grunge kill Acid House?
I guess so. It killed everything, man. Yeah. It killed hair metal, Acid House, Grebo. It just took over everything, right?
I guess it did, didn't it?
Good though, wasn't it?
It was good, yeah. We'll let them off because it was good.
Yeah.
If it had been bad, it wouldn't have been good.
I reckon I'd have enjoyed growing up in Acid House more than Grunge.
See, same. We
really?
We got that curtailed for us, didn't we? By Grunge.
Mm.
Wasn't that much fun, Grunge? Bit of a
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was good fun.
Oh, you had to be all angsty and like pretend depressed. I didn't really, did we? We didn't do that.
Beedies.
Smoking beedies.
Was that part of the Grunge scene?
100%. Yeah.
It's
more crusty, more of a crusty thing, wasn't it, beedies? It's just
fucking
we were cons, man. It's just a leaf. Look, you had to light 100 times. It didn't even stay alive.
It was just a leaf with a bit of string around it.
It's a beadie.
Horrible, weren't they?
Yeah. We really tried. We thought if we have enough of them, we're going to get high.
I wonder if anyone else has had those. If we get involved in the comments if you've partaken in smoking beedies.
Maybe it's just a Brighton thing.
Yeah, maybe.
Fucking hell, those shops they must have made a fortune back then.
They saw us coming, didn't they?
Wow.
Packet of beedies, bottle of poppers, and some joss sticks.
Yeah. Happy days.
Yeah. All legal. All legal at the time.
Why did you buy poppers?
Get like Eddie, don't you?
It's horrible.
Throbbing head for about 5 seconds.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Is that what amyl nitrate is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gold, wasn't it? It's called gold, the stuff that we...
The one they sold. Yeah, maybe. It sounds right. Yeah.
I think so. I liked it to the point that it was... that whole baggy scene is that was sort of created from the outside, but inside they didn't really... It wasn't like a healthy scene amongst the bands. They just...
It didn't seem like it, yeah. It wasn't much coherence, right?
Yeah, they were just all in a scene but they didn't really. It's not like the Grebo scene where they all sort of helped each other out and
and wore each other's t-shirts and shit. Yeah.
It was more like you're in that scene
You're from Manchester. You're in a band. Yeah.
Yeah. I like the Marillion story about the guy
a good joke,
tuning his
wasn't it?
guitar.
Also, he made a good joke.
Is that the fish joke?
Yeah. He said he's off.
I got that as well.
He's off swimming somewhere. It's a great joke.
I like the way they're so far up their arse that they were tuning their guitars, even though the guitars weren't going to be plugged in.
Yeah. It is ridiculous, isn't it?
Oh, we've had this conversation before, but no one really. A trip hazard, but I don't think they worried about health and safety back in the day. But why they didn't plug the guitars in on top of the box to at least make it look like they were playing live? Yeah. Still, no one's been able to tell me this. If anyone knows, let me know. Because continuity-wise, you'd think, well, they'd have them plugged in so it looked like they were playing live, but they never did.
Yeah, I mean, they let Carter have a real fire on stage. They couldn't have been too concerned about fucking health and safety.
No, I just don't understand it. Why they never did that. So I'd like someone to explain it to me. Right. Thank you.
Answers in the comments. But it's interesting what he's saying about Shall We Take a Trip, that, the whole music industry had made this whole scene around drugs. Then as soon as someone talked about it, it's banned, right? Which he's right. It's ridiculous, right? If that's supposed to be what it's all about, Yeah. It reminded me of, Noel's kind of, it's like having a cup of tea in the morning comment. Do you remember that notorious?
Oh, yeah. Remind me what he said.
Oh, I think he was asked about like cocaine or something, and he was just like, everyone does it. It's just like getting up in the morning and having a cup of tea, and that caused outrage amongst the tabloids at the time.
I think that was Brian Harvey's mistake. He thought he was in some sort of indie band, and he didn't realise he was in a pop band. So when he made his comments about ecstasy, it didn't go down quite the same way.
No.
He got chucked out of the band straight away.
There you
go.
Oh
man, that was so.
But I mean, I guess do you have a different responsibility though?
Yeah,
well, if you're a pop band, do you have a different responsibility because your audience?
Because you've got a teenage audience, but then you've got a teenage audience when you're an indie band, I guess. But certainly you're perceived as having a different image. He didn't realise that, I don't think, or he didn't understand it.
He's trying to be cool.
Yeah, but it's his own management that was the ones that chucked him out, right? It wasn't like they had to.
No.
Oh, right. Oh, really?
The management of E17 was just utterly ruthless.
Yeah, but the story goes is that they wanted to get rid of him anyway. So they set up this interview for him on his own because they knew that he would drop himself in it.
Conspiracy theory.
Yeah, we got to talk about Ian Brodie, right? Dave's a big fan. Yeah. I'm a big fan too, actually. That's not... I like a lot of Ian Brodie's stuff, but it sounds like he's a big part of creating that sound, right? Quite methodical in his production processes and stuff.
Yeah, it's a really good sound, that album.
He could just do that on his own record.
I don't really understand that. I like that.
No, it's just some people are better suited, to do, behind the mixing desk, which is fine,
Listening to the Lightning Seeds now, they are very soft. They had a very soft sound, and they somehow got lumped into Britpop and indie and stuff. But really, it's a much lighter pop.
What do you think about Three Lions?
I think it's brilliant.
Well, that's a Brodie masterpiece, isn't it?
True.
Yeah, it's nearly 60 years, isn't it? Of Hurt. That's scary. Next year it'll be 60 years.
Be 60 years of Hurt. Yeah.
Fuck.
I think we've probably stopped dreaming by now.
I think we had a chance with Southgate, and I don't think we'll get that again for a long time.
It's in the bag, guys.
No.
I think it has stopped me dreaming. I think
Southgate's got us dreaming again, but I think the dream's over as Crowded House.
But back to Shall We Take a Trip? Like he's got the answers come in dreams. Acid.
Neil?
Acid.
Thank you. Go on, Dave.
Well, it just reminded me of the Ian Brown song Fear.
Right.
I thought of that.
It's good, that song, isn't it?
I like that song.
I like the way he rides his bike backwards.
I've forgotten what it stands for.
Well, it just stands for every lyric in the song is...
Yeah, it goes through
FEAR, right?
That's right.
Oh, is it? Okay. Don't think I realised that.
I'm trying to get it on the playlist.
Oh, all right.
Good song. Put it on. Good song.
He was in Harry Potter as well, wasn't he?
Was he? Ian Brown?
Yeah. He was just in one scene. He was, I think he was in the pub, you know, the one like before you go into Diagon Alley. I think he was just sitting there.
Hang on. What's... I don't understand where this Harry Potter thing's come from. You were never...
I told you, as soon as you get glasses, there's something built into all glasses where all of the Harry Potter knowledge goes into your brain the moment you put them on your head. It's not my fault.
I do like the extra sketch with
Daniel Radcliffe.
The extras one. Dave, you must have seen it.
No, I haven't. No.
He's brilliant, Johnny, Daniel Radcliffe.
With the Johnny. It's good. Go and watch it. If you watch it after this, it's funny.
It's good that you called it a Johnny.
Well, he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
He does in the...
Oh, man. He's brilliant, Daniel Radcliffe. He's done really interesting stuff since then, hasn't he? You've seen Swiss Army Man. He plays like a dead body. It's brilliant. And the Weird Al Yankovic film that he made is fucking amazing, man. It's really good.
But on a little segue from the Fear video, what's the Northside video when they're on top of a building? I was just going to say that every band has done like a video when they're on top of a building, haven't they? Especially back then. It's just that's just what
You're trying to get Main Street into it again, are you?
Never did one on top of a building.
Yeah, the Rakes did one, didn't they?
Did they on top of a building?
They would have done, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they would have done, yeah. Obviously, like Rob wasn't in the band before. It really sounds like they're properly back, right? A lot of bands just reform and play their old stuff and, you know. But it sounds like, and Dermo's as well, they all both sound quite excited about new music and doing new stuff. It just sounds like they got some unfinished business and they're rejuvenated band.
Yeah. And they really seemed to be mates, didn't they? Because good banter between the two of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like he's really sort of injected some life back into the band, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's great.
What are you predicting? Are you saying they're gonna
I'm predicting a new album,
big time, and have a song on Radio 2 played?
I'm not sure, to be honest. It does sound like they have ambition, doesn't it? Still, so I don't know. Watch this space. The album sounds like it's definitely going to happen, doesn't it? The new album and stuff. So
yeah,
I'm looking forward to seeing them at Shine On if I go there. They're one of my bands I'm most looking forward to seeing, I think.
Well, after I shut off the recording and I told them not to escape just yet, they didn't escape just yet, and they said to you to come and say hello if you're there.
To me,
I told them that you'd be there. Yeah, they said tell Neil to come and say hello if he's there.
I will.
Yeah,
go and say hello, and they'll be like that. Who are you? Be like,
fuck you.
I have to explain.
No, they'll be lovely. Yeah,
I really enjoyed his answer on Bernard Sumner because I kind of agreed with it. He's maybe not the best guitarist or singer and stuff, but he does consistently do good work in the bands he's in.
I don't know, Dave. You know more about guitars than I do. Is that right?
But in New Order, right? He doesn't sing though, does he?
He's the singer.
Oh, he is the singer.
I don't think Dave was the best person to ask. He doesn't know who he is.
I never thought he didn't have a good voice. So I'm definitely not the best person to ask.
Yeah, no, I like his voice too, but
he's got quite a unique vocal, I reckon.
You said it.
I'm not into New Order. I don't have many songs that I don't know.
No, but it wasn't just that. Like Joy Division at the time were quite...
Joy Division?
Yeah, well, he was part of that too.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, New Order. Maybe I'll try again. I've tried a few times. I just can't. There's nothing to hook me. I don't know. No pun intended.
Well, I was going to say, I'm also looking forward to
hook me.
Seeing Peter Hook and the Light. I think they'll be good at Shine On too.
New Order fans listening, tell me why I'm wrong. Direct me towards a song that's not Blue Monday or the other one, and I'll have a listen.
I enjoyed their videos back in the day as well.
Yeah,
fun, weren't
Yeah,
they? That one.
And that was it's the best-selling 12-inch ever, wasn't it? Yeah. I think it still stands, right? Because people don't sell 12-inches anymore. I think it's the best-selling 12-inch.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Yeah, I think you might be right. Anyway, that's it for this one. Thanks so much to Dermo Rob for coming on. Go and see him. See if you can get yourself a ticket. They're touring today. I don't know if there's still tickets left for Shine On, but if you haven't got tickets for that, then that might be worth a go. Or Gigantic Fest. Yeah, check out our interview of Richard Mays from the Gigantic Fest, and a couple of opportunities to go and see him, or just go on their tour, find out where they're playing near you, and get yourself a ticket. Go and get one off a tout tonight. If you are watching, then please do subscribe to our channel. We can't say our usual thing about getting us to the 1,000 mark. So get us to the 1,100 mark by next week. Yeah. Let's set a target each week. And if you're listening, then please do rate and review and share it with your buddies so that they can tune
you
in.
dirty bastard. Why did you say buddies? That's one of my least favourite words. That is gross. You disgust me. If you're new to the podcast, welcome in. If you're into that kind of baggy stuff, we've had Spiral Carpets on, haven't we? And we had any other baggy bands?
Yes, well, we've had Black Grape. We've had Black
Grape.
We've had not Bez.
Baggy adjacent. Yeah, if you're into that whole scene, we've had The Farm as well. If you're into that kind of era. So have a look in the archives. I'm sure you'll find something to listen to. As we talked about before, I make a mixtape for every episode. So, plenty of Northside on there. A lot of the stuff that they talked about in the interview, I'll put on there, and I'll put Ian Brown on there. So have a listen. And,
Lightning Seeds?
No.
New Order?
Yeah, there'll be New Order on there.
Put
Chameleons. I've also I put on that. They mentioned it very briefly. The Killing Joke song, 80s. I'd listen to it. And it does sound exactly like "Come As You Are." Yeah, they're totally right. Yeah, so I'm going to put that on there as well.
Then join us next week for episode 85. It's Wang number 17. It's the M
to Z.
N to Z
of 90s bands.
You wait till you hear Luke's X.
You just wait. Yeah, so join us for that, because the last one was really fun and a lot of people got involved, and we're hoping that you get involved in this one. So yeah, join us next week for that one. That'll be a bit of fun for you. But until then, Dave.
See you in a minute.